If you're looking for a demigod 1v1 build that dunks the ball with ease, is able to get every dribble move in the game for tall guards along with crazy ankle breakers, can shoot so well that even without takeover, it greens game-winning sidestep threes from limitless range.
Resets, fires, puts it up, bang!
Gets chased down blocks like prime LeBron James. And of course has a 91 steal to unlock Gold Glove. And I forgot to mention that this build is so strong, it will literally stiff arm you out of the paint for easy layups.
Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm putting you guys on to what I believe is the best 1v1 build in the game. So we're going to get right into it. We're not going to waste any time. Just do me that favor. Drop a like on the video. Sub to the channel if you're new. Doesn't cost you a cent, but it does help me out a ton. So with that being said, this part right here does not matter. I obviously always go Jordan Poole, right-handed, jersey number 3. Little tip for y'all, if you do want to get the jersey number 3, go to the Portland Trailblazers. Now, as you guys can see here, we're going point guard, height 6'6", 198 pounds, and wingspan of 6'9". Now, y'all can see the attributes are already laid out for you guys. So if you really want to just get out of here and put the build in the builder, go ahead. But I would recommend you just give me like 2 minutes of your time to break down why I did what I did with the builder. So that way you're, in the know if you want to make any tweaks of your own, which I always encourage to fit your playstyle. So with that being said, I went 80 driving layup because that's going to give us a really nice badge spread. As y'all can see, it's going to give us silver fearless and silver slithery finisher. The 80 driving layup is also going to allow us to unlock LaMelo Ball layup package. I know some of you guys are going to want DeMar DeRozan. I personally don't care to have it. So that is an 81 driving layup. So if you do really want DeMar DeRozan, you're going to have to make a sacrifice somewhere in here, somewhere in the build. Now for the driving dunk, I went 75 because if y'all don't already know, DeMar DeRozan dunk package, 75 dunk. It's the best dunk package in the game if you don't have contact dunks or high driving dunk really. And then you're just going to want to pair that with a 58 vertical. As y'all can see, we went 70. I'll explain why here in a little bit. Then we're going to come down here to the midi. We went 73 because that's obviously going to unlock an 88 three-pointer. Now, if you don't want the 88 three-pointer, I would still recommend going 72 on the mid-range, I believe, so you can get the silver midi magician. So the 88 three-pointer, the reason I went with the 88 three-pointer was because that's going to get us gold open looks. And I feel like on this build, with the rim pressure that it applies, I feel like we're going to have a lot of open looks. Now, if you want to take this down, I totally understand. But for me personally, the open looks badge, and then at 87, you also get gold space creator. I'll show you guys right here. Yeah. You also get gold space creator. Y'all know how I play. I'll be shooting them step backs and side steps from half court, especially for game. I like doing that. So 87 was a must-have for me. I just figured, that extra badge point, or that extra attribute point for gold open looks, I felt like it was worth it. So for you guys, if you guys don't want to play like me, the minimum I would go is 86 three-pointer because that's still going to keep silver agent threes, as y'all can see. Now, so these last two are up to you what you want to do with them. You could, do any number of things with them. You could up the steal, perimeter defense, the speed. Personally, I would do the speed, or if you really like the DeMar DeRozan package, I would up the driving layup one and then do with, the other attribute point, which you may. But for me, 88, that's what I'm rolling with. I have an 86 three-pointer build on a 6'6". I don't think there's going to be much difference as far as the field goes. But, just to be safe, just to get a little bit extra shooting on that 1v1 court, this is what I'm rolling with. So, for ball handle, the one area I wish I could have one more attribute point is to get a 93 ball handle. Obviously, just so you guys know, this is a 1v1 build, so we're not going to need a free throw or pass accuracy. But the one area I'd like to have one more attribute point is the ball handle. So if there is somewhere on here you guys want to sacrifice and get that 93 so you can get gold killer combos and Hall of Fame ankle breaker, totally do that. I mean, it's definitely a good thing to have. With that being said, I do think gold ankle breaker and silver killer combos is fine. The 92 ball handle is going to unlock you pretty much everything at 6'6" as far as dribble moves go. Speed with ball, same sort of deal here. This is going to unlock you everything you're going to need as far as dribble styles and whatnot. And then obviously we're going to get gold blow by and silver speed booster. So 83 is kind of that sweet spot as far as speed with ball goes for 6'6" builds. Now I'll explain the interior defense here in a second. But the perimeter defense, we went 75. That's going to give us a bronze badge and pretty much everything we're going to need for the 1v1 court. You go 76, I think that gives you a 94. Yeah, 94 feet on bronze. But obviously, if we're playing the ones court, we don't need that. So with that being said, for the 91 steal, this one is pretty obvious. All gold stealing badges. Gold glove, gold interceptor, gold right stick. Unless you're just loading this game up for the first time, you know how overpowered 91 steal is. And I'm done not having that 91 steal on my builds. People do it to me all the time on my they spam me into oblivion and I get plucked, and next thing you know I'm losing to a trash can. So I'm done not being able to do it back. So with that being said, now for our block, some of you guys, maybe you don't want to block on, maybe you don't care to have a block on your build, but 68 block is going to get you bronze chase down artist. You're also going to need a I think a 60 vertical. Yeah, 60 vertical. So I mean that 58 for the DeMar DeRozan package, go up 2 more for the bronze chase down artist. I'll explain why I went to 70 like I said here in just a second. But bronze chase down, I feel like when you're playing a 1v1 court, I mean, being able to chase down, a lot of times you're going to want to stay on your feet, but I feel like having that ability to chase people down, is going to be really beneficial for your defense, So, I feel like that is kind of self-explanatory. So, now, really quick, I'll touch on the interior defense. The reason I went 55 interior defense is because if you guys look, I mean, the interior defense, obviously, now if you have a chase down block, it's going to be default at 48. But it's so inexpensive. Like the attributes for it are so cheap. So I mean, if you guys tinker around with this builder, you guys will notice that your attributes. Like I was pretty much done with the builder. Like I mean, just for comparison, you bring the free throw up, you can go up. I mean, it's pretty much like the free throw. I mean, honestly, it's almost as cheap as the free throw. So just to put in perspective for you guys, so I figured why not get 7 more for a 1v1 court build. If this was a 5v5 build, I'd just leave it at the default 48 to unlock this 68 block. But if it's 7 free attribute points, I'm not going to put it on free throw, right? So now defensive rebound is obviously just 30 because it's matching the perimeter defense. And for the speed, the reason I went 78 is because that's just the spot for gold speed booster. So just to unlock gold speed booster, speed is obviously not too important. 78 will suffice, especially on a ones court. You're not going full court or anything. Acceleration is the same sort of situation. Just to unlock gold speed booster, have it on 87. Acceleration, as we know, doesn't matter all that much, but gold speed booster is a good badge to have. Strength on 74. If you guys have been watching my videos on the original 6.6 I posted, which I'll link on the video or in the description below, that build with 74 strength, bronze bulldozer, my gosh, like let me tell you guys, it's you toss people out of the way on layups essentially. I mean, the amount of times I've gone up with a bad layup and it's bailed me out just by literally like stiff arming dudes out of the way. It's insane. So 74 strength, that's why we went with that. And so on the 1v1 court, I've been taking my regular 6.6 to the 1v1 court, and like I said, the 74 strength, it's game changing. So now for the vertical, the reason I went with the 70 vertical is because, as y'all can see, 70 vertical unlocks bronze posterizer. Now, obviously, with a 75 driving dunk, we're not getting any contact dunks. But with that being said, when you try to dunk in traffic, when you try to dunk over somebody, like just a regular dunk animation, but somebody's under the rim, somebody's players maybe touching you or nearby, and they got, good defense, a lot of times you'll miss the dunk. To combat that, we want bronze posterizer, right? So that's why I did that. If you don't want it, be my guest and go ahead and take that down to 60. You'll be able to still keep the block, and then maybe you can up the speed a little bit. Maybe you can up the the layup one for DeMar DeRozan. Maybe you take that off and you take off a couple 3-pointer attributes because you don't care about the gold space creator and the gold open looks, and then maybe you put that higher perimeter defense to get a couple silver badges in here. That's definitely something you could do. So, and then 96 stamina, obviously we went with that for gold handles for days. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I got for you. I'll show you guys the build comparisons in a second. I just want to reiterate, I always encourage you guys to look at a YouTuber's build, but then after you looked at it and understand why they did what they did with the attributes, go ahead and tweak the build if necessary. Don't feel like you have to tweak the build, but if you see something like this 88 3-pointer and you're like, man, I don't really care about the gold space creator, I just want the silver agent 3s, I only need an 86, tweak that down. You know what I'm saying? If you want more speed, same thing. If you don't care about the chase down blocks, bring the block all the way down. That will let you get rid of this interior defense as well, and then boom, you got a whole bunch more attribute points to fit your play style. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, keep in mind this is a 1v1 court build. I already have a version of this build which I'll link down in the description below that is for 5v5. Essentially, it's going to be a little bit less steal, no chase down block, and then it's got a really good pass accuracy, and then a free throw on it as well. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, the build comparisons for you guys. They're nothing crazy, honestly. I'm just giving you the build name, really. Kirk Heinrich, Lonzo Ball, Tyrese Halliburton. I don't even think those are good comparisons, to be honest with you. But you get a 3-point shot hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for watching. Hopefully I was able to put you onto a fire build. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video, sub to the channel if you're new. God bless y'all, and I'll catch you in the next one.